You like the Mafia games? I do. I look forward to the next one. I did find an update on the F.A.N. For those unaware, don't pay attention to hip hop culture. F.A.N. is an acronym for freaky ass nigga. So for those who are not in the know, X-Men 97 came out and it's been one of the most critically acclaimed shows of the year. But what happened right before the show launched, the show's main writer was let go and it was kind of swept under the rug. And people wanted to know, what did he do? Because honestly, the show is so good, people wanted to know, was it that bad, whatever he did? And then news came out that apparently, according to Marvel, he was sending inappropriate messages to coworkers during the development of X-Men 97. Some coworkers reported that DeMaio was sending dick pics of him doing superhero poses. This man would apparently get on the top of the Empire State Building and stand on one of them gargoyles like Batman with his dick hanging out, and he would send it into the Slack group chat. I wish I was making that up and I was trolling, but I'm not. Not the Batman part specifically. We don't know what kind of pictures. I'm gonna be honest, we don't want to see the pictures. But that's what was accused of him. Some freaky ass shit. Now his lawyers have come out and said none of that is true. Marvel is trying to smear his name. And to be fair to him, these are all allegations. There has been no evidence. This story is still playing out. Now that you're caught up, we have a new update. According to Complex, DeMaio says he will reveal the whole truth about this situation with Marvel on his OnlyFans account. Yes, that's right. For those unaware, during the creation of X-Men 97, he also had an OnlyFans account where he would do inappropriate content, and Marvel let it rock. They didn't care. But what I will say is, after you got fired for allegedly doing freaky ass shit, it is kind of weird that you're gonna tell the truth on your OnlyFans? This is the only place you're gonna hear the whole truth. So if you guys want to know the truth about what was going on Marvel, go subscribe to his OnlyFans. I will not be subscribing. I'm not that curious. Y'all sound the savage. I will say, whoever is on your PR team, you should probably fire him. This was not a good idea. He could have did the same exact thing. If he wanted to lock it behind a paywall, he could have did the same exact thing on Twitter. I don't know if y'all know, but you know, Twitter has a subscribe button. There's other websites too, but to put it on your OnlyFans is crazy work. It is crazy work, bro. So if you want to know the truth, head on over to Bewley Fans and you can know. None of my business. Maybe somebody will subscribe and break it down for us. But this story is not finished. We're going to see how it continues to play out. That is your X-Men 97 Freaky Nigga update. Remember, it's all allegations. Still, nothing is proved. But I will say, locking the truth behind your OnlyFans is not helping your case, my boy. The optics of that is crazy. RIP to Fat Man Scoop. This is old head shit. This is only for my millennials in the chat. Y'all might not know who this is. No, I don't want to fucking sign in, bro. He passed away. He was big in the early 2000s. I'm just going to another joint. Fat Man Scoop passed away. He was big in the early 2000s. He had songs. I remember he had songs with Sierra and Missy Elliott. They put it in the headline too. He was more like a hype man, but he was real big like in the early 2000s. He recently passed away. And it's sad too, because from what I read, he passed away performing on stage. On one hand, you passed away doing what you love, but on the flip side, it's like, damn, like people showed up to that show. They had to see that. But you know, condolences to the family. Sucks to see. Apparently, I think he was only 56. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. That's a young, despite, I know niggas say you unk at 24, 27. 56 is still a young age. To me, you don't really hit old status until maybe like 65, because that's like retirement age. But if you take care of yourself, you're still good at 50, bro. Take care of yourself, man. Eat right. So you can live the long game. You can live the long game, man. Condolences to the family, bro. We never want to see one of our hip hop legends die. Paying respect to him because I knew who he was. Some of y'all might not know, but you know, I want to shed a little bit of light on him because he's got some bangers. He's got some bangers. And since we're on the topic of music, it's time for another edition of Am I Valid, chat? I got a few pickups. Yesterday, I hit the record store. Let me get it for y'all. I got a few for y'all. Because here on this stream, you know, motherfuckers love to call me a hater because I don't like what they like. But to those people, I challenge. Are you actually buying art? Or are you just running your mouth and upset because I don't like what you like? We buy art over here. We support stuff. I hit the record store. I hit a mom and pops. Support your mom and pops. I got some new records. Don't put any VC into that build yet. I got to check something when I get home. True. I hit the record store. Me and my lady was hanging out yesterday. We wanted to go to this restaurant, but it didn't open until 5 and it was like 3. And I was like, oh, there's a record store nearby I've been eyeing. Let's go. It's a mom and pop. So we go hang out in the record store, talk music with the employees. And I'm not going to lie, I don't even need y'all opinion on whether or not these are valid or not. Flock, you going to like some of these. I already know these joints is valid. I know y'all going to say they valid. The pickups, because I got some bangers this time, chat. I got some bangers. I picked up 3 new records. We're going to start with the lightest of them all. Y'all let me know if I'm valid or not. No unboxing this time. I got a copy of Lionel Richie's Can't Slow Dance. Let me know if I'm valid. This is the one that got all night long, all night. And hello, is it me you're looking for? This is an original pressing, by the way. Fuck with me. So we got some Lionel Richie. What you know about that? That's the lightest one, by the way. That's the lightest one. I dug into the back of the crates and I found some bangers yesterday. The next one, this one's nasty. I guarantee nobody in the chat has seen this before. You know why? Because I ain't never seen it. I got a Jackson 5 record, the original ABC album. But check it out. This is an original pressing, but this is the European edition. This is not the United States one. This is an original Jackson 5 record from Europe. Fuck with me, chat. That's yeah. Come on, look at the art, bro. Look at the art, bro. I love it. I saw that. I said, oh yeah, I gotta get that. Oh, and then last but not least, I got the Holy Grail, chat. I'm glad I didn't buy a repress. I'm glad I didn't buy a remake, and I found the original copy. I got taxed on this one, but to me, I had to get it. I got an original 1982 Thriller with Quincy Jones on the motherfucking back, boy. Yes, sir. This is not a repress, because I ain't gonna hold you. I've been seeing people post their collections on Twitter and on TikTok, and I be looking and I be like, first of all, that's a bootleg because they never released a vinyl on that. Those are all, most of these niggas be having represses. We got the real shit over here. This is worth money. This is my prized possession now. Yes, sir. You said that looks amazing. Yeah, and it's in good shape. There's a little bit of wear and tear around like the edges a little bit, but for the most part, it's in good condition. That's why I got it. Go to the mom and pops, bruh. I found this one in the back. I said, oh. I was like, I gotta get this one. I gotta get this one. Ugh. So we got a bunch of old head shit. You said 300? Nah, I didn't pay 300 for it. That's what it's worth probably if it's like unsealed. I paid 50 for it. I'm not gonna lie. I paid 50 for the Thriller. But the what's the name was a steal. It was only $10 for the Lionel Richie one. Records never lose value. They don't. So I got the bangers. That's my edition of Am I Valid? Let me put these away real quick, chat. Says sell that in 2060. Sheesh. Bro casually got the legendary drop. I casually got the legendary drop. Look for them hole in the walls, bro. They be having the best shit. What about Jackson 5 the Jackson 5 ABC? What about it? That one's probably worth some money too. What's the vinyl machine you use? It's Audio Technical LPX. what records could get. How you know it's an original? I want to find one. That one, it had the marking on it, so like it was labeled that way. And then on the back, it had Quincy Jones on the back too. That's how you know it's not a repress, if it has the actual writer credit on it. And then it says 1982 in the back too. You could tell from like the wear and tear. When you're looking for records to sample, the album covers most of the time be the selling point. Ding, ding, ding. I saw an Ike and Tina record in there, but I'd never heard the record before. I was really tempted to get it because it was only $10. I might go back and get it, but yeah, I didn't pull the trigger on that. They had some old bangers in there that I found. I was like, yeah, I might have to come back here. They got some good stuff in here compared to the last record store that I went to. You don't buy like the remastered pressings for newer stuff? Yes, for newer stuff like the rap albums that I have, those are all like, because you can't get them like old, most of them, except for that Shaq one I got. That's an original pressing. But like when it comes to older stuff, whether it's old rock music, old R&B, soul, funk, me personally, I'm trying to find original pressing. So like I was holding out on getting Thriller because I was like, I want an original one, just because my thing is like, if you're gonna, it takes time. You have to take care of the records. And if I'm gonna pay to use a record player, it's harder to use. You got to take care of it. I want to be able to get something that's worth some money. I'm looking at it like as an investment, right? Because if you ever have to liquidate, let's say you say you down bad on cash, I know I can go sell that Thriller record for some money. You see what I'm saying? Versus if you buy a repressing, it's not really worth anything. You're just buying, if you just want to buy stuff to listen to it, then get it. But if you're buying stuff, you want to listen to it and you want something that's worth some money, you might as well take your time and try to find real shit, basically. That's the way I look at it. I'm treating it like an investment. It's an art collection. I found a few gems in my grandfather's collection. True. I'm stealing my mom's Thriller as soon as they finish. Another way you can know, there's a whole community on YouTube, Cammy. This is where I learned all this stuff. The way you can tell, another reason that it's like whether it's a repressing or it's real, usually the record store will mark if it's real or not, but also if it's old. If it's from like the 70s and back, the way you can tell if it's real or not is if there's a barcode on the back. That's what I learned. If it comes from the 80s and beyond, there will be a barcode. That's because barcodes didn't come until the 80s. So if you're looking for that old soul, the old rock stuff, if there's a barcode on the back, it's most likely a repressing. That's one way, a key way to tell, basically. And obviously the wear and tear. Do you have Off the Wall? I don't think so. I'm probably looking for an original one. Not gonna lie, you're making me start it. Hello from Denmark. Shout out to Denmark. But yeah, let's get back into this news. I just wanted to share that. I'm not gonna lie, I had a good day yesterday. As soon as I said, ooh, ain't nobody copying this shit. Let me get this, blah. Weeknd announces a new album, whoever's in the Weeknd. I saw Starboy in the store yesterday. Might as well get Bad. I'm gonna probably get them all. I'll probably get Invincible, Bad. Those are my favorite Mike albums. Off the Wall, and then Thriller. Those are like the four that are my favorites. He's announcing a new album. What did he say? In a place where the seasons never change, where time ceased to exist, but therein lies the problem. Today has felt like an endless spin. I keep distorting the truth, immune to dizziness, numb to nausea. What lies beneath screams in silence. That's what he said in his Instagram post. Wow. Weeknd is cool. I like his music. I look forward to it. Just know a new album's coming. I don't know what they'll say about that shit. Are we gonna listen to Drake's new throwaway songs? He has new songs out. What's it called? Oh, you know what I listened to? Because y'all kept talking about it. I listened to the Doechii album. Doechii, how you say her name? I listened to the Swamp Queen or something like that. I only listened to it once. First listen, I do like it. I need to sit with it like for the rest of the week. I'm gonna listen to it in the gym. It's TDE's artist, Doechii. I think that's how you say her name. I liked it. She sounds like a mix between Busta Rhymes and somebody else. I can't put my finger on it. You can hear the Busta Rhymes influence though, but that's a good thing. Like, it's refreshing. She sounds like an artist with her own style, her own thought process. I haven't heard too many like crazy bars, but I think what makes her stand out is like the way she uses her voice, the inflections. You can tell she's floating and having fun on the record, which makes it fun to listen to a lot of her songs. That's my first impression, but I got to sit with it like a little bit more. You listen to the Big Sean yet? Nah, I forgot it came out. I'm not gonna lie. She likes Busta Rhymes and early Tyler Creator vibes. She sounds like Busta and Missy. Missy, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I like it though. Meg Thee Stallion says, if you're looking for a collab between her and Nicki Minaj, she doesn't know if it'll ever happen because there's still a problem and she doesn't know what the problem is. She doesn't know if it can be reconciled because she doesn't know why they're beefing. Who wants to see a collab between Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, huh? 4 minutes of just straight pussy bars. Who wants to hear that? I'll be honest, I don't care if they ever collab. Like, I don't care. Check out Doechii. She's dope. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. I thought this was cool. The Lox did a performance on I listened to a little bit of this morning. The Lox did a performance on the front porch. I think they're based in DC. It looks like DC. And also they had a go-go band on here. This is the same ones that dropped that clip. Some of you niggas ain't real. Just shows you real rap shit, man. This shit was kind of hard. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. But they do it with like a live band. I'm pretty sure they somewhere like in Southeast.
We back at it again, y'all.
I just got into drinking tea. I got the electric kettle, but I want to know if there's a brand you recommend. Just make sure to put some honey in there.
Be freestyling on the porch.
And bring them boys out.
Get the money out the couch.
Yeah, it's based in DC.
Live
It's either south or northeast, it looks like.
in the building. Yes, sir.
Live from the porch.
Rock with us.
The fits is clean. The old head clean.
Let's take it back. Yeah.
I was listening to this shit. I was like, damn, I need to get a Lox record now.
Technician the DJ.
You ever be listening to this shit and you be like, damn, I forgot how fire this was.
The Trinity. Let's get a kiss.
Yo, this is a monopoly. Niggas ain't stopping me, and we can't lose, cause Puff set us up properly. Just won't settle for lesser. Who wants
Yeah, the guitar riffs is tough.
with the goose head presses? Locks put niggas under pressure. Shoulda knew that. It's always them new cats that'll get you. Better start looking at things from my angle. I'm trying to be up on the board with a triangle next to my name.
Like, how the fuck you listen to this shit and say this shit is whack? I be questioning. Yeah, I got the link for you. Yeah, like, you got this channel's fire. I be like, bro, are y'all rap fans? I don't know.
10 or 20, now that's when you really can say you get money. But right now, all I do is sit back.
Security tight? Oh yeah, it is.
Became a rich one. Put me up on the fact it ain't hard to get some chips if I just keep writing with ambition. Then I could advance from the 5 to the 6 and house with 2 kitchens, diamonds, plenty women, built-in pool of swimming. But the plan is to start from the floor and raise it up. Then you hit them in the head till your
Ain't no rapping along the lyrics they remember and everything.
know when bad boys drop or your sales is can I live? Can I live?
I'm not gonna lie, like these guitar riffs, like the live band, almost makes me like, they used to do this when back in the day on MTV. They should release this as like a separate version. I know Tiny Desk does it because Mac Miller, they just released the Tiny Desk Mac Miller. They should release this as like their own set. Like this live shit is hard.
Can I live?
Yeah, MTV Unplugged, they used to do it, yeah.
No one man can stop me. Can I live? No front line can block me. Can I live? Do I gotta bring it to these kids? Can I live? If I don't live, nobody live.
Yeah.
If I don't live, nobody live.
Yeah. We ain't done. Got him, son?
Yes, I do.
Get him, Pete.
Where you from?
My pops came from bedside, my moms came from Africa. I'm all nigga if you know what I mean. Hooked up in the 70s when liquor and weed was heavy. Had me in Corona, Queens. By the time I was 7, my mom left my pop and we moved to the south side of Yonkers, New York. Then my mom remarried, had my little brother Gary, my sister a year later.
The storytelling.
By the time I was 9, I was out of my mind.
The cameraman going crazy.
Out of my mind. 10 and 11 the same, I never would change. Still had to hit me. Aggravated little nigga. Still
And they did. Y'all get the point. I ain't trying to get hit with a copyright strike. If you want to check out the whole thing, here you go. Show them some love. Yeah, real rap shit. Show them some love. That's the full link. I don't want to get hit with a cop. I thought it was cool. I caught this on the timeline this morning. I was listening. I was like, yo, this shit is hard. Have you heard of Kenny Mason? I have not. Yeah, when they embarrassed Dipset, that shit was great. I doubt it's a lot of real Lox and Jada fans in the chat. They don't give the love they deserve. You don't know that. Based off of the conversations we've been having about music, it seems like there's a lot of real music fans in the chat. Like, I didn't know who the fuck Doechii was until people put me on. So, I mean, like, people in the chat are putting me on this shit. This is the Unk music that slaps. I guess everything is Unk over the age of 24, according to y'all. Meanwhile, y'all listening to fucking Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely. Beep, beep, beep. Dude, That music does make me feel old. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, we gotta destroy the lonely guys. All right, bro. You get this emo nigga shit out of here, bro. I didn't know Anderson .Paak dropped. It's so hard to keep up with it. And there's only so much free time I have, bro. I'm gonna have to listen to that and Big Sean as well. That's all I got for y'all, the music stuff. I got one more batch of articles. Oh, excuse me, for y'all. I bet you don't know who X is. Not the way you should try to introduce someone. It gives gatekeeper vibes. Yeah, just be like, yo, this shit fire. Check it out. This shit fire. I just had a huge YouTuber try to get me to edit VODs for $18 per hour. The VOD these influencers on Fraud Watch. He said, pay him. Have you heard Denzel Curry? The new Denzel Curry? I haven't, but he's all right to me. He is all right to me. Before we move on to this, last night too, I learned that some people don't know what Y2K is. I showed my age last night. I'm not even gonna get into that. Forget it. Let's move on to Xbox. They cannot seem to catch a break. Wild, and I was born because of it. Damn, LOL. Y'all fuck with authentic jazz. Got to get some of that Coltrane. Moving on to Xbox news. Xbox can't catch a break. PlayStation couldn't catch a break earlier because they're messing up with their live service games. But the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, is on record saying, I've made some of the worst game choice decisions. Let's actually read the full quote in context. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has admitted he made the worst decisions, passing on some gaming's biggest franchises over the years, including Bungie's Destiny and Harmonix's Guitar Hero. In an interview called Storytime with Phil Spencer at PAX West over the weekend, Spencer opened up about the games that mattered the most to him over the years, including Bungie's 2014 sci-fi shooter Destiny. There's so many mixed emotions and stories for me around Destiny, he explained. Obviously, Bungie was part of Microsoft when I started at Xbox, and I shared a floor with Alex and Jason Jones in the building when they were at Redmond. I learned a ton from just being around Bungie. Despite his natural closeness to Bungie, Spencer admitted that Destiny didn't really click when he first played it, and it took until the game's first expansion, House of Wolves, for it to land for him. Consequently, Destiny went on to be published by Activision, as 2 was Guitar Hero, another series Phil Spencer passed on, thinking it wasn't going to work. I passed on some of the worst, made some of the worst game choice decisions, he said. An interesting one is when the team came down to Redmond and Alex, he pitched a game where they actually were going to make plastic guitars and they're going to plug in. Oh, so he was there at the beginning during the conception of Guitar Hero. They were going to plug in the consoles and they were going to sell tracks where you're going to play Simon on his guitar. And I'm like, really? Do we really think that's going to work? I hear that turned into a pretty good one. He laughed. Yeah, Guitar Hero was fucking big. I'm not a regrets type person, Spencer explained. Maybe that's a fault of mine, but I passed on so many games. I could look back and say he clenches his fist. That's a lot. That's cap. Guitar Hero, I'll give him, because Guitar Hero, although it was very successful, it was like a flash in a pan. It was like very successful for like 2-3 years. It had its run, and then they kind of milked it too much, and it fell off with as well as what was it, Rock Band. But Destiny, I gotta call cap on. Like, oh, I don't regret not getting whatever, dude. Because Bungie made Halo. Therefore, Bungie was under Microsoft. You had first dibs at Destiny to make it a console Xbox exclusive. Because think, if we could look at a revisionist history, if Destiny went the same way that it went, Destiny was struggling a little bit when it came out the gate. Everybody thought it was okay. And then that Taken King DLC came out. If that game was exclusive to Xbox, oh, Xbox One would have sold like hotcakes if you could only get it on that platform. So for him to say that like, oh, I don't know, whatever, cap, that would have made you a lot of money. Get the fuck out of here. Didn't Xbox write a report that Bungie burns too much cash and was a huge risk? I don't know. I haven't seen that one. But to say you don't wish this was, especially when your platform is struggling to keep your exclusive, saying you don't care, I got to call cap on that. I'm also glad that we read this article. This is why, chat, if we could use this as a lesson, it's important to actually read and don't just look at the headline, because I'm not gonna lie. I saved this article. I'm not lying and I'll say it. If I've read an article before I talk about it on stream, I'll usually summarize it right away. I'll admit that I've read it. But most articles that I save, I read the headline. I say that headline sounds interesting. I'll save it as a bookmark and then I react to it live on stream and we talk about it. This is one of those ones, I'm not gonna lie, I saved it because the headline sounded funny. I made some of the worst game decisions. I was thinking he was talking about some more recent stuff. I was like, no shit. Like, but I'm glad I read it, because when you read it, you find out he's talking about some stuff in the past. But it does make me wonder how many people just read headlines and don't actually read the fuck. Always read the article, chat. Always read the article. It'll save you time from looking like a dumbass. Yo, shout out to Master Q with the sub. Appreciate it. Also, it's good for your mind. Your mind is a muscle, and just like every other muscle, you need to work it to keep it in shape. So that was an interesting one. Keeping it in failures with Xbox. Intronia, is that how you say it? Intronia. This is the Souls-like game that's coming out of this is not my playlist, by the way. Hold up. Let me go back to my shit real quick, because I don't know if that shit was royalty free. I just realized. This is the Souls-like game that's coming out of Italy, I believe. Intronia devs thank Phil Spencer himself for helping to resolve the situation after indefinitely delaying the Souls-like game. So the original article that I saw is they said they got no help from Microsoft. They were complaining. Let's actually get to the original story. Xbox has reportedly said sorry to the studio behind the Souls-like RPG Intronia, the last song, after allegations that the platform holder ignored the team for 2 months, which led to the delay on the platform. The developer Jama Games recently announced an indefinite delay to the Xbox Series, the last song, which kind of sucks for Xbox, because reports were coming out that Wukong was delayed due to a lack of support and like optimization issues, but then some conflicting reports came out. It might be an under the table deal with PlayStation for being exclusive. We don't know, but it doesn't look good for Xbox regardless. The evidence is kind of piling up. An Italian inspired RPG absolutely dripping with gothic guilt, claiming that the publisher hasn't replied to its emails about certification in months. So they're trying to put your game, for those unaware, the way games work is when you make your game, if you want to get it on a platform, you have to submit it for certification, and then it goes through a bunch of processes to make sure the game doesn't work. It's not blowing up the platform. You pay a fee for it to be on their store, and then they go. They said they sent Xbox some emails to get their game certified and they want their game on your platform to generate sales for you and them, obviously, as well. And you didn't respond? Does Xbox like making money? You can ask Xbox why they haven't answered for 2 months, CEO Jackie Greco said on Discord, before alleging the studio spent a lot of money to get the console port ready. Obviously, they don't care about Intronia, and they don't care about you. And that's a crazy statement. Like, yo, this nigga's a crash dummy. You can't say that. To be fair, Microsoft is it's one of the most powerful companies in the world. They could have just been busy. It's important not to crash out if you don't have all the facts. Crash out once you get all the facts if you want to. But if you don't have all the facts, you don't want to burn a bridge unnecessarily. But it is crazy they weren't checking the emails. Microsoft has now reportedly extended an olive branch to the developers. They contacted us and said, sorry about the situation. We're trying to solve everything as soon as possible. Okay, so that was the original story. The Intronia devs have provided more insight into their recent communication with Xbox, noting that Phil Spencer himself stepped in. So this is the update. We'd like to officially thank Phil Spencer and his team for reaching out to us promptly and helping to resolve our situation, the developer said on Twitter. We would like to thank our amazing community for all the support shown in recent days. Your voice has been heard very loud and clear, and the commitment has been heartwarming. We are now working closely with Microsoft, and we hope this collaboration will lead to the game's releases on Xbox as soon as possible. So they said sorry, they worked it out. Shout out to Xbox for being the bigger man, because Xbox could have crashed out, but they're smart enough to know, like, of course we want your game on our platform. That might be the next big game that generates more sales. We get a cut of all your sales, so of course we want it on the platform. To the studio head, you gotta chill out, because not everybody is going to respond the way Phil Spencer did. Sony might have crashed out. Nintendo might have crashed out. You know, nigga, fuck your game. How about that? Because at the end of the day, although every platform would like your game, I'm sorry, Nintendo doesn't need your game. They've got Mario and Zelda. Sony doesn't need your game. They've got Concord. Let me stop. They got Wolverine. They got Spider-Man. They got The Last of Us. The Last of Us remastered. The Last of Us remastered again for the PS5. The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us remastered. The Last of Us Season 1. The Last of Us Season 1 remastered. And The Last of Us Season 2 coming to HBO. And they confirmed 3 more seasons. Sony's got a lot. Oh yeah. And the Uncharted collection. Let me stop. Days Gone was amazing. Why didn't they make a second one? Because your opinion on Days One is not the consensus. Your opinion on Days Gone is not the consensus on the game. It's okay that you like it, but I would disagree that it was amazing. To me, that game was a 6 out of 10. That shit was mid as fuck. I uninstalled that game. That shit was called Days Gone because it was gone within a day off my hard drive. Within the first hour, I fell through the map. I turned that shit off. I was like, I'm not playing this. So I would disagree with you. That game wasn't that great. What do you think about the Killer Instinct IP? I love Killer Instinct. I really wish Microsoft would bring it back. I think it's the perfect time to bring Killer Instinct. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Joel. I really wish that Microsoft would bring Killer Instinct back. Very underrated fighting franchise. Ultra Combo. TJ Combo was great. Jago in the combo. Great LTG commentaries. Content, I mean. I don't know why they don't bring it back. Very underrated franchise. The FGC is booming right now. Now's a great... If Fatal Fury is getting love, Killer Instinct can get love too. I think they should bring it back. Playing it for the first time right now. I'm really enjoying it. Nothing amazing, but it's fun. That's what I would say. It was nothing amazing, but it was kind of just like another zombie game. I would agree with you. I already covered that one, Delirious. We already covered that one when we were talking about Concord. So I'm glad they got this resolved. Some good news for Xbox. You know, we were cracking jokes about them. We got some good news here because, you know, we like to be fair and balanced, unlike Fox. Surprise! Capcom has confirmed Xbox versions of Marvel's vs. Capcom's Gaming Fighting Collection 1 and 2 are coming to Xbox. This was a big deal because exclusively it was only coming to PC and PlayStation. This is the collection that has Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2 on it, as well as other fighting games. And for those unaware, this is a big deal because it's been like 20 years since the last time we were able to play Marvel vs. Capcom. And that was on it's been like 15, I think. That was on the Xbox Arcade for Xbox 360, which was a digital version, which means it was not a hard copy. So like the last playable version was locked behind a digital platform. This will be the first time you'll be able to own a hard copy, a disc, since it released, I think, on the Dreamcast. So it has been like 20, 25 years. So this is a big deal, and people love, including me. In my opinion, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a top 100 game of all time. When I get a house one day and I build my man cave, I'll probably have a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet in the man cave. That or Street Fighter 2, probably both, or Ninja Turtles. So it's a big deal. A lot of people were looking forward to this, but it was confirmed to not be coming to Xbox. It looks like they found a way. It was due to technical issues. I read this one already. They found a way around it, so it will be coming. Didn't they say Power Stone was going to be in the... Power Stone will be in the second collection. It'll be in the second collection. But it was on the PS2 and Xbox. I forgot about that. You're right. That was still a long time ago. That was like 20 years ago. But I don't need the hardware specs for Warhammer. I'm getting on Xbox. I know my PC can't run it, nigga. I got a PS4. Damn. Manifesting that house. Good shit. We manifesting it. We trying to put in his work. What else I got for y'all? This is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. More positive Xbox news, but it is a rumor. According to this forum post, we've received some intel stating that Microsoft Studios is working on not just one, but 2 video game projects simply codenamed Transformers. While we do not have any information at the moment, both projects seem to be targeting this year for their release. This is why it's kind of hard to believe. This year? It is interesting that Microsoft Studios now owns Activision Blizzard. The company, prior to their acquisition by the tech giant, published multiple Transformers-related video games titled, including Transformers War on Cybertron and its follow-up, Fall of Cybertron. Fire games, by the way. I even thought that game Platinum Games made was all right, too, with the Transformers. There's been a new fan interest. There's a movie coming out. But this one's kind of hard to believe because they're saying this year, maybe next year, 2026, maybe even. But this year? There's too many games already. Like, I don't know. I hope it's true. I love Transformers. Take it with a grain of salt, though. It's a rumor. Also, I don't know how reputable this website is. It's a Transformers fan site, but take it with a grain of salt. This is, the guy at GameStop told him. Who knows? But just remember where you heard it here first. If they do announce a new one, remember where you heard it here first. Underrated games from the 2010s. Yeah, I would say so. The Transformers games were underrated from the 2010s. Very underrated. Nintendo news. Nintendo strengthens content guidelines, confirming it will object to anything it deems inappropriate. Creators also cannot upload or stream gameplay without any creative or editorial input. So in the creator space, for those unaware, technically uploading gameplay, whether you're streaming or YouTube, is not legal because me as the content creator or you doesn't own the IP. That belongs to the creator. But what happened as content creating blew up, developers and publishers realized there was value to letting people create content on their games, especially because there's more competition than ever. It became a symbiotic relationship. You scratch my back, I scratch yours type shit. And as much hate as people give, the first company I remember, because I'm a dinosaur in this space, to really give written, before there was no written approval of content creators being able to publish shit online. The first company I remember doing this was Ubisoft. They put on their website, you are allowed to publish content on our game. And then pretty much every other major publisher fell in line, a developer. And it's become like this symbiotic relationship. The last company to agree to content creators publishing shit was Nintendo. They infamously had their own Nintendo program where you were not allowed to publish content unless you were part of their program, or they would strike your shit down. Eventually, and also they don't like the FGC. That's why Smash Bros is not part of the big stage like Evo. But eventually they let loose and they allowed the content creation, but it looks like they're taking things back. It looks like they're dialing things. We took 2 steps back, 5 back. We took 2 steps forward and 5 back. My brain is fried. Nintendo has updated its guidelines for content creators, strengthening its right to object to any content it deems inappropriate. Oh yeah, I'm glitching right now. Nintendo's content guidelines for online video game and image sharing platforms were updated earlier today as of September 2nd. Whilst the company says it humbled every day by the loyalty and passion of its fan base, it nonetheless reminds all content creators that they need to adhere to basic rules and reserves the right to object to any content it believes it's unlawful, infringing, inappropriate, or not in line with their guidelines. The question is, what does that mean? In a QA, that explains what exactly may be deemed unacceptable, the company explains. We reserve the right to remove any content that we believe is unlawful, and blah, 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 blah. Nintendo may take down your... These terms prohibit players from publishing any Nintendo gameplay that features graphic, explicit... should I buy Flintlock? No, it's free on Game Pass. Gameplay that features graphic, explicit, harmful, or otherwise offensive content. What Nintendo game is that? Including statements or actions that may be considered offensive, insulting, obscene, or otherwise disturbing to others. Still very vague. Content creators also cannot simply upload or live stream unedited gameplay footage of any Nintendo game without adding their own creative or editorial input. So basically, don't just upload a full gameplay. You got to have commentary, or it's got to be a review. You got to transform it. I'm not mad at that. They said basically that basically says no spoilers, because some people do that shit, which I'm not a fan of. Like the day a game comes out, they'll upload the whole fucking game with all the spoilers and shit. Interestingly, the Japanese terms seem even stronger, with some outlets reporting that Nintendo says it will take action against posts they use its content to violate public order and morals. Who does that? Who's using Mario to start anarchy? What are you talking about? Maybe mods? Maybe. It sounds like this is more geared towards people who are uploading weird Nintendo content. Motherfuckers who are uploading fucking shit from the hentai section of Mario and Luigi blowing fucking Princess Peach's back. They'll upload spoilers in their YouTube title and thumbnail. Yeah, if this is just for spoilers, I'm not mad at this. I do think they need to be a little bit more clear, but judging by this is not too much to worry about, I don't think. If you're a big Nintendo fan and you're looking for somebody's opinion, you should still be able to get it. I will say though, because it's so vague, if they don't like your opinion, they could still strike it down. We'll see how we gotta see how they're on Nintendo's on fraud watch. They're in the yellow. We're watching them. Luigi has twins type content. Is that a real video? And why do you know that? Because I've never heard of that. Yo, shout out to Braxton with the sub. Appreciate it. What the fuck? And last but not least, we got some new gameplay for Dragon Age Veilguard. I don't know if I'm gonna watch all this because we got to get on the game. We'll watch maybe like 5 minutes of it, see what it's about. I'll drop the link in the chat because it's 20 minutes. See if there's anything new. Yeah, you're on the weird side of YouTube.
What's up, everybody?
Also, we got to get in the sub box.
And this is our extended look at Dragon Age: The Veilguard's gameplay.
1.5.
BioWare lead developers Corinne Bush and John Epler.
1.5.
What are we looking at today?
For the people in the chat, why does the voice sound like that? Because it's in 1.5.
So today, we're going to be helping out one of our companions, Davrin. This is part of his personal arc to rescue the Griffins long thought extinct. We're going to take a quick journey through the lighthouse, your base of operations. We're going to head into the crossroads and make our way to the dark swamps of Hossberg Wetlands.
So you're in the lighthouse, as Corinne mentioned. This is your base of operations that you inherited willingly or unwillingly from Solus. It is located.
My bad, y'all didn't even hear that. I said Louisiana swamps.
To start planning his rebellion against the Elven Gods millennia ago. Right now, you and your team have occupied
The Elven Gods, me.
It started to shape itself around your personality. As Corinne mentioned, we are going to go talk to Davrin, who is located up above, and each of these spaces kind of shapes itself around your companions as they live there.
You have the audio ducking when you watch videos. Yeah, it ducks.
In those rooms.
That's why you could always hear me.
Here, the glowing light above indicates Davrin's ready for us. Let's check in with him.
I only turn my ducking off when I'm playing with friends, so everybody can hear everybody.
A message. Place called the Cauldron.
It allows me to keep the audio a little higher.
It's a secret warden readout.
Yeah, this game ain't it. I disagree. The combat looks fire.
Because whatever attack it sounds,
which I want to see more of.
So earlier in Davrin's arc,
Tell us a little bit.
I don't want any
role that the
spoilers.
Crossroads plays in the structure and the gameplay.
Yeah, so the Crossroads is, again, it's the area that you spend a lot of time traveling through as you go from area to area. It's also a space that has, at one point, served as Solus's main base of operations and training ground for his rebellion against the Elven Gods. So as you go through it, you're going to find fragments.
They really got Elven Gods.
The things that Solus had done previously that are going to give you a bit of insight into Solus as a character, but also into the Elven Gods and their motivations.
Some of my favorite content that you'll find if you go exploring in the Crossroads is these opportunities to actually relive some of the memories Solus had during his rebellion. You actually get to take part in this ancient rebellion.
And here we have the caretaker.
Why are they spoiling so much of the damn story?
Content to rebuild this into that safe home for these creatures.
The name of the game is Dragon Age Veilguard.
For spirits.
I don't want to know nothing about the story.
Combat here.
There we go.
And this time we're playing as a mage. Now, mage is one of my favorite classes to play. It's primarily a
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he had an axe.
By swarming darkspawn, I really have to use a variety of strategies to control.
When does this drop? Either October, November.
I'm gonna use my heavy charged attacks to knock down these ghouls, get them out of the way, and of course, darkspawn are vulnerable to fire. So we made sure to equip our fire staff, have our fire abilities on hand.
October 31st. Yeah, it's a November game, pretty much.
I didn't know that the Darkspawn was weak to fire. Huh.
You may notice something about
This is the JG class.
Look a little bit different than they had previously, and part of that is because Gillenane, who has always been focused on using the blight as essentially as crafting material, a way to alter life itself, has been enhancing and changing these darkspawn as part of her army.
Should have known.
Corinne, I noticed that you were doing a combo opportunity. Can you tell us a little bit more
Playing
about
this
how
purely for the
role
combat,
that plays in the actual
not
combat?
the story?
Yes.
You say that but what if the story's fire?
The strategy behind it is really to manage the various abilities your companions and Rook have in concert. So in this case, Harding has a combo opportunity with Shred. It's going to apply the Sundered effect and deal a high amount of stagger. Now you'll notice
High stagger!
With Rook's ability Spirit Bomb, that's going to cause a detonation combo.
So, again, one of the things you'll notice about the terrain here is it's very snowy, very mountainous. The Crossroads is a realm that reflects the waking
It's
world.
BioWare. Usually their
It's an
stories
amalgamation
are
of all
fire,
the
with the exception
real-world
being
spaces
fucking Anthem and Andromeda, but they have more good than bad.
that are tied to it. In the case, we've got Hosper, we've got other mountainous regions. So it's kind of this mix of the swamp. And as you'll see, as we move towards these alluvians, the architecture around them very clearly reflects what's on the other side. We're not going to spoil and tell you exactly what's on the other side, but you maybe make a few guesses based on what you're seeing.
Do I have to do the Crossroads, or can I just fast travel right through?
So it depends how you progress through the game. The first time you
People
go through
love
any of
Dragon Age
regions
for
in
the
world,
story.
you'll
That's what I'm saying. I'm
crossroads
like,
there.
well, not even Dragon Age, BioWare games. Like, if you're playing a BioWare game, you should play for the story too.
Subsequent times, we of course support fast travel, but it
Why we gotta
behooves
bring
you to
up
actually go
Anthem?
back
'Cause
and
it's
explore
part of their
Crossroads. Some of the
resume.
deepest secrets lie within.
So now you're in Hosberg Wetlands. It's an
I agree with you,
area that's
Bushido.
almost
I
completely
agree.
consumed by the blight. The Grey Wardens have set up an outpost here. Again, you know anything about the Grey Wardens, they fight the blight anywhere they see it, and they're noticing something strange is going on here. The blight is not behaving as they expected to and has.
And that's very intentional. Gillenane, the god of monsters, she uses blight like a medium to sculpt and warp the darkspawn to do her bidding, to suit her purposes.
Particle
So
effects are
right
cool.
now you'll see a couple of Hurlocks, one with some pretty disgusting
Sit there in their
arrows
own
on its back.
category.
Again, the idea that the darkspawn and the blight is an organic weapon. They're not just coming out and making swords, making armor. They're using the blight to augment themselves so they can more effectively defeat you and also give the gods the world that they desire.
All right, now I'm actually going to switch to my Orb and Dagger on the mage, and those of you who are
What?
fans of the
He's switching to the Orb and Dagger, chat.
Knight Enchanter in Dragon Age Inquisition,
To be an enchanter.
you might feel right at home with this.
This shit is
a
so
more
dirty.
focused, more agile version of the mage. One of the main mechanics here is you can use this elemental orb to apply stacks of elemental damage to the enemy, and then unleash them with your dagger to detonate them.
So again, we're in
a lot of options on the fly. Yeah, I seen somebody in the chat say it looks overwhelming. I don't think it'll be that overwhelming because, like, keep in mind, I'm watching this on 1.5. It plays like Mass Effect because you can bring up your ability wheel, and when you bring up the ability wheel, it slows down the combat, so you can take your time and like really make decisions on what abilities you want to use. So it's fast and it's slow paced at the same time. Shout out to Ujo with the sub. Appreciate you.
Nowhere, the blight is spawning them. Again, part of Gillenane's attempt to turn this into an army for the gods is to use these darkspawn, not just, again, whereas you have the Venatori and the Antam, one case representing magical power, in the other case representing physical strength.
What up,
The
Reese?
Darkspawn are representing overwhelming
I'm
force.
excited for this
That was a
game.
pretty
I am
catchy
too.
A little earlier, by the way.
You know, we've talked at length before that our fans have asked us, where is the healing magic? Can you bring it back? And Nev in this game, happy to oblige with a kit of healing spells.
So one of the interesting things that I love about our companions is each of them, their abilities, the way that they're built, they're
So
very
you can freeze
thematically
people.
appropriate to the character. They're very focused on making sure that the gameplay and the narrative are as closely aligned as possible. In the case of Nev versus Vlar versus Amrik, our mages.
It's funny because people were complaining that this didn't seem as open world as the last game, which it doesn't. But this looks like it's going to be a good. This is my type of game. It looks like there's an open world, but it's like it gives you just enough wiggle room to explore, but it's not overwhelming. Those are the type of games I like, these semi-open world games. I'm tired of these fucking, with the exception being Elden Ring, because it just did it differently. And also it was a ton of content that made you want to explore. I'm tired of everything doesn't need to be this massive open world. It looks like it's giving you just enough wiggle, a good medium, a good enough wiggle room to, where you can explore, or if you just want to run the story and fight, you can do that. It's more open area, but it looks bigger than what it initially showed.
That is thematically appropriate to them. Makes sense when you know them as a character.
Watching you play, I'm struck by sort of the size and the scope of this particular area. It seems like there's a lot of exploration that I can be doing right here.
That was really one of our goals with these areas. Of course, we are a mission-based game, but we really emphasize
Is my bot not acting?
these spaces.
Oh, my bot's not on. Hold up.
Puzzles,
Reese.
some pretty incredible bosses and treasure.
Yeah, turn
and
it
of course,
on.
as we saw earlier in Lavendel, some really narratively rich side quests.
One thing that's interesting is you'll find we're going on a quest for Davern, but Davern is
Bot activate, please. What the fuck are you doing? Thank you. Just reminded me I didn't turn it on. Nothing I hate more than a fully open world with nothing interesting in it. It's one of my issues with Wukong. It's not fully open world, but what's there is it's a lot of just empty space. You explore it and you just run into an empty wall or whatever. Let me see if it works now. There we go. My bot's on now. There you go. My fault. Ba, 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 ba.
not currently in our party.
Actually, you know what? Y'all get the point. I'm not going to watch this full 20 minutes. Here's the full gameplay trailer if y'all want it. If you want to watch the whole thing, it's kind of long because I got to hop in the sub box too. We got to see. We missed a few days. I forgot, so we got to see what trailers. There's the full Dragon Age gameplay though. It looks good to me. I like the main thing is they're talking a lot of story in this shit, and I don't want nothing spoiled for me because like you're playing BioWare games for the story. I'd rather play it and just like get into it while I'm there. The world of Acquisition was so empty. I think that might be why I couldn't get into it. I just Inquisition. It didn't stick with me as much. It did not stick with me. Let's see what gameplay trailer you got. Or trailers. Period. Boom, boom. Anything interesting? Da, da, da. Forgive me, Father. I don't know what the fuck that is. Space Marines. We already copped that. We ain't too worried about that. We saw the Patrick Star shit. More 2D indie side scrollers. Yo, shout out to Bash's Prime with the sub. Appreciate it. The team of writers for BioWare is not the same that did their earlier series. I don't know if they're Andromeda writer. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, the team is has changed, but I think they recognize they dropped the ball with Andromeda and Anthem, and it feels like they're more focused. So I feel like they might deliver with this one, but I want to eat my words. You said Ronald 2K response video incoming. There's nothing he could say because there's nothing in that video I said that was a lie. Mario Luigi. I forgot that game is coming out. That's just I don't really care. New Zelda gonna be gas. They ain't announcing no new Zelda until the Switch 2 gets announced. I guess we'll look at this Mario giant. When is that game from the old Mass Effect devs coming out? Oh, that space game? I don't know. They haven't shown it. They went quiet. I don't know when that game's coming out. 2K trailer. We already know. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. New one. Have you seen the article about the Commander's VP of Content? Nah, what do you mean the Commander's VP of Content? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Hella, a game about a rat? What the fuck is that? It doesn't look like there's any interesting trailers. Dagger Directive. What the fuck is Dagger Directive? Sumerian 6. Immortals Hunters. Kill the Shadow. The NFL team? Oh, you talking about the football team VP of content. What, they looking for a VP of content? They're looking for a social media guy? What, you think I could do that? Is that what you're talking about? New Bleach trailer? I know what a dagger is. Street Fighter 6, we know Terry's coming. I don't really care about that. Omega Crafters. That's so crazy. I got a Concord trailer in my sub box. The game can't even play it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything interesting. Let's see. Commanders, VP of what? Social media. Commanders VP is suspended after branding his own team's black players homophobic. Calls the NFL stars dumb as fuck. Oh, wait, are you talking about this? I don't know about I don't keep up with football. Commanders vice president is suspended after branding his own team's black players as homophobic. He calls the NFL stars dumb as hell and labels fans alcoholics in a damning video secretly recorded. Is this what you're talking about? Because this don't surprise me.
Okay, just walk me through again.
Oh, this is 10 minutes. I ain't watching this. This does not surprise me. This is another reason I'm not a big fan of the NFL. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the documentary. I mean, okay, so I just never grew up. My dad was into football, and obviously the other men in my family, my uncles, I just was never into it. I could never get into it. And then the icing on the cake for me was when I watched, this had to have been like 10 years ago. I watched a documentary about the process of the NFL draft, and it always just rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, I just can't get into it. There was a section, I don't remember the name of the documentary, but there was a section in the documentary where, you know how like at the NBA combine, you know, they test your jumping and all this other shit. At the NFL joint, there was a section that looked like a slave auction. And I was like, I just can't support this. They had niggas half naked. They was weighing them, measuring their biceps and their quads and shit, fully expecting I was like, I don't really like that. They had them on a stage. It looked like a slave auction. And like, I was like, I know exactly what you mean. I was like, I just can't support this shit, bro. I was like, I can't. And then on top of that, I don't like the NFL too, because it's just like, on one hand, it's like you get to see people doing good from playing the sport, but I was like, at what cost? The average NFL career is 3 years. The average salary is $3 million. They usually go broke like right after, and then you get a CTE. Like, I just like basketball, but I don't know. It's just not for me, guys. I know that sounds crazy. Like, is it at what cost, you know? So it doesn't surprise me that he's talking about the players either. The point I'm trying to make is, when they were doing those measurements, all the players, and it looked like a slave auction, the owners looked like slave owners. So it doesn't surprise me that he's over here talking disparagingly about the people who make him his billions of dollars. It doesn't surprise me. I like both, but I get it. It does not surprise me. I just could never get into football. It is what it is, man. Let's see, Bakaru? What is this? NFL is probably one of the worst leagues, but I played football growing up, so I enjoyed it. I get it. I'll watch it, but like, I'm not like a super fan. Oh, they showed this game at look at this frame rate. Oh my god, they showed this at the Nintendo Direct. I already saw this one. Mario and Luigi trailer, Brothership. I might get this. Play this on my own time. Music's fire. Having a blast, guys. Let's do brother shit. Have you seen the new Terminator game? Nah, what's it called? Is anybody picking this game up? They might pick them. These games were fire on the 3DS. I might get it for the Switch. Will I stream it? No, because I know ain't nobody gonna watch it. But will they ever make a Sunshine 2? That's what I'm saying, bro. What the fuck is... Like the entire like Super Mario Sunshine was just great, man. It was just fucking great for a multitude of reasons. The level design, the vibrancy, and also the story. The entire game about the entire purpose of Super Mario Sunshine was to save the environment. What a great message, you know? Let's treat the environment better. That's a game I can get behind. We just run around squirting on niggas and shit, bro. Cleaning up graffiti. It was too woke. You know what's funny? If Sunshine 2 came out this day and age, they might call that game woke. They might call it. Look at this tree hugger game. Yeah, the music was fire. Just a great game. This is Terminator? That rain looked like it's gonna drop the frame rate. I like the art direction. Looks cool. Yeah, I like the art. This looks cool. Mad cybernetic. A Dynasty Warriors type shooter? No way this is coming to PS4. You know it's not. You saw them rain particles. Wukong got you scared? Absolutely. This isn't Terminator. I think maybe you meant to say it's like Terminator inspired. I ain't gonna hold you. They should fire the editor of this trailer. So the beat drops with the guitar riff, right? And it's like super intense. Right there is where I expected like some really cool abilities and fights to pop off. And when the beat drops, this nigga's just running. Who edited this shit? The art direction looks cool, but I don't know about the gameplay. It's okay. Ooh, nice little scale. What's this called? Exilage? I don't know. Exilage? Eczema? Hey, this frame rate dropping though. This all they have. This is like a maybe. Got to keep an eye on it. It looks like I see the vision, but it looks a little rough around the edges, especially the frame rate. And the combat looked like it could be a little bit more snappier. But I mean, it looks okay. We'll keep an eye on it. Oh, this is from a year. This is an old trailer. This only has 7,000 views. What the fuck? He was digging in the crates for this one. This one missed my radar. That sounded like they were speaking Chinese, right? Is this another game coming out of China? I'm pretty sure these are Chinese characters too. I hope games coming out of China, like a thing it is? Okay, I'm not bugging. Like it sounded like Meteorin. I hope a trend coming out of China isn't being optimization as an issue. Because you can make all these cool games you want, but if this shit blows up my PlayStation, I don't want to play it, bro. I hope Wukong is not a trend that becomes with these Chinese games. Like, let's work on this, slow it down. Let's work on that optimization too. But it looks okay. It looks okay. The Ronnie Doc was fire. I appreciate it. CCP supremacy. Chill. Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom official save Hyrule trailer. This is the one you play as Zelda, right?
You might think
Wukong crashed 20 minutes ago. Oh no.
Whoa. I just learned to fish.
Sweet.
Get him, buddy.
But in Hyrule, there's only your way.
I didn't know Zelda could do that.
Zelda meets Animal Crossing.
You can take the same thing.
I'm floating.
And make it your thing.
Oh my god, this shit is so fucking funny. Nobody plays games like this. Huh, I'm floating. Especially not no black people. What the fuck is y'all doing? I'm floating.
You can overcome the same obstacle in more ways than one.
Yes. What'd you do?
Let's go to a coffee shop and play co-op.
Whoa.
Because in The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, the best way to play is your way. Only on Nintendo Switch.
September 26th. Damn, that's coming out this month. That might be a game to get. I might get that Mario game and this game. When will I play them? I don't know. But just for the collection, I might get them. Because I'm not gonna lie, this game does look pretty decent to me. It looks pretty fun. Yo, shout out to Superman with the sub. Appreciate it. Shout out to the brothers getting work from Nintendo. Hella 4K trailer. What is this? There's a lot of games dropping, no lie. Hey, what I say? We got to start calling out all these content creators that say every game is fucking trash. It's too many. I got too many games to play. What you mean it's nothing to play? Shit, even Call of Duty is back. What you mean you don't got no games to play? Warhammer, Quidditch, shit, 2K for some of y'all. For me, fucking Assassin's Creed, that Zelda game, that Mario game that's coming out, Call of Duty's coming out. What are y'all talking about? It's too many games. Astrobot, the Marvel collection. I'm literally trying to wrap my brain around what am I gonna produce content on? What the fuck are y'all talking about? You don't got no game. You guys are frauds. Spark and Zero. I'm forgetting games. There are games to play. My wallet can't handle it. People who say they don't really play games. There's something out there for everybody. Oh, this is that game about that rat. Ratatouille the game? Ratatouille comes to Unreal Engine 5. Said Concord. You need gameplay? If there's no gameplay, we don't care. Oh, there's gameplay in here, I think. Okay, we're gonna let it rock. We're gonna let it rock. Play as a disease-infested rodent that helped spread the bubonic plague across Europe. At least they blame the rats, when really it was the Europeans not washing their ass at fault as well. Because rats still exist in modern-day society, but notice how nobody has the Black Plague. It wasn't until the Moors came to Europe to teach the Europeans how to wash their ass that the bubonic plague disappeared, only for them to turn around and call you the hard R. Play as a fun, cuddly creature. Hey, yo, chill, Lunchbox, chill. Hey, hold up. This a platformer? Hold up. Y'all know I love that platforming shit. Hey, I'm getting It Takes Two vibes. Hold up. Let me see some more gameplay. Play as a rat with your friends. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, this game might be alright, chat. I'm getting It Takes Two vibes from this. It takes two rats, bruh. That's crazy. It takes two rats. This might be alright. This might be a nice little date night game. Play with your lady, you know what I'm saying? That might be alright. What was that called? Ratatouille?
No intro today, because I'm not here to wait.
Why is this auto playing? Hella. Interesting. I have to keep our eye on Hella. Not It Takes Rat. It Takes Two Rodents. Dagger Directive. I know what a dagger is. Who said you're playing this ass? Yo, chill. Oh my God. Dagger Directive. Y'all gotta be nice, chat. Be nice. What the fuck is this? Don't nobody want to play this PS2 shooter? This is We Got SOCOM at Home. I'm good off that. Sumerin 6 Full Cell Premium. Oh my God, over the top. Timu Arma. Hello, wait.
Welcome to the lost Sumerian city.
No, thank you. Immortal Hunters, little Full Sail. You peeped the new Mortal Kombat trailer? Nah, I'm not looking at it. Just because I don't want to sit here and lie to the chat. I'm not gonna play it. Game's dead. I'm not gonna play this either. This is definitely looking a little mini clip premium. Little Newgrounds Plus. Yo, shout out to Fissile Product with the sub. Let's watch a grifter celebrate the crash of DEI World Concord. Nah, I'm good off that. They don't get no views off me. Patreon early access game. Kill the Shadow. Do you care for a Metal Gear Solid IGN review? A new Metal Gear Solid game came out? Or are you talking about that preview they dropped last week? I already saw that. Art style's cool. Not playing it. Bleach. Warning, flashing images. Uh-oh. You gonna play? Who copping Bleach? I'm not gonna lie, these flashing lights are a little OD. Yeah, I saw the preview. It looked good.
Come on. Let's go.
Coming to the PS Vita.
You're weak. How about this? Ha!
How about this?
Crap.
Crap.
There's no escape.
Zybon?
Kill.
I'm good off this. I'm good off this.